Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Engine Deceased back here with another video, and in today's video I will be reading off the Destiny weapon tuning update and the weekly update for the weapon balancing update that is supposed to come somewhere between now and the release of the Taken King. So for the auto rifles, we have the changes. They will be buffed, thank God, because they needed it. I mean, they were shooting marshmallows at people. It was ridiculous. The only good auto rifle was a Suros, and that was still shooting marshmallows at people. So for auto rifles, the changes will be an increase in its base damage. It will have a shorter damage fall off, a small reduction in base stability, and a buff against all alien combatants by 10%. For pulse rifles, we have a reduced base damage of the medium rate of fire pulse rifles. So basically, pulse rifles like Red Death and the Messenger with that sort of medium long range fire rate will be reduced by 2.5%. It will require 2 to 3 bursts to kill for medium rate of fire pulse rifles, and there will be a small reduction in its stability and an increase in its magazine size. That's great because Bad Juju needed an increase. For your scout rifles, there will be an increase in its damage. There will be a increase in its magazine size, a reduce in its hipfire accuracy, and a boost against all alien combatants by 5%. For hand cannons, you have a shorter damage fall off. Oh man, I did not expect to see that today. It has a hip firing reduction, a reduce in magazine size, a reduce in its optimal zoom. Wow, the phrase got me a bit tripped up there. I didn't expect to see that. I was expecting just to see some hipfire nerfs. They reduced its zoom, its magazine size, its hipfire accuracy, and it has a shorter damage fall off. Well, great job, Bungie. Okay. For shotguns, we have a change in some perks. Oh, okay. Let's read this and see, guys. So the changes for perks is that there is a reduced shot package accuracy buff by 30%. Rangefinder as a 5% base range increase instead of a 20%. Oh my god, that was 20%. No wonder you were getting sniped cross map by Fellwinters. Oh, I don't know what they were thinking. That's just ridiculous. And there's a reduce in precision damage and a reduce in all damage against alien combatants by 10%. For fusion rifles, slow charging high impact fusion rifles have decreased range values. It makes it more difficult to max out range for those types of weapons. Projectile speed for fusion rifles is slightly reduced, emphasizes the need to lead out a target to medium range. Improve accuracy for short range fusion rifles, and a reduce in accuracy for long range fusion rifles. For our snipers, final round is now changed so that you can only final round to the head, which, I mean, they might as well have just taken final round off the sniper because a headshot is always a one-shot kill. So now final round is basically a PvE perk because, I mean, face it, that's the only place you're going to be able to get an increased damage and actually have it be useful. Rocket launchers have a slight increase in base blast radius. Okay, not bad. Grenades and horseshoes proximity detonation reduced. I don't know about that. I don't think that needed to happen. That seemed pretty balanced, but okay. And here we are to the bread and butter of the update, people. The exotic weapon tuning. The stuff we've all been waiting for, where they finally look at all the exotics and say, buff, nerf, buff, nerf, buff, nerf. Let's get into this. Hard light. Hard light is a beloved weapon. We want it to be better. The new flexibility we have with damage fall off as an independently tuned value gave us a great new avenue to push this exotic a little bit harder into its fantasy. Okay, changes. Increased base stability to 80, it was 65. Increased bounce count for hard light projectiles. So basically all of the bullets will now bounce off the walls instead of some of them. That's actually pretty great. And hard light projectiles are not affected by damage fall off. Okay, not bad. Necrochasm. We've heard and share the resounding feedback for Necrochasm. Thank goodness, because I've been chasing this thing down and still haven't gotten it. but now that I know that you guys are fixing it, I want it even more. Not only has this weapon been considered a weak reward for the monumental effort it takes to acquire it, thank you, the base archetype high rate of fire auto rifle happened to be tuned down with the 1.1.1 at almost the exact same time it became available. Yeah, you geniuses, you messed it up, and it was already a terrible thing, so I mean, what were you thinking? The following changes combined with the auto rifle base changes have made a positive impact in internal playtest. I personally shrieked with joy when I got my first ever double kill in skirmish from the Cursebringer explosion. Oh my. Oh. You guys, this is sounding promising. Changes. Increase in base stability, 60. It was 40. Okay, locking it already. Increase magazine size. Oh dear, the destruction is coming. Cursebringer perk will always trigger on a precision kill. Oh, the destruction is alive. Cursebringer explosion has increased radius and deals more damage. Oh jeez. Oh, control is about to get real messy. Let's get on to the last word. The last word is our fastest time to kill primary in the game. I think Thorn may have you beat there, sir. I think Thorn may have taken that. Kinda takes a while to kill with the last word if you can't aim for the head. Thorn, on the other hand, is hey, let me hit you once, let me hit you again. Oh, I'm just gonna run away. That's basically it, and you just fall over and die. What a shame. But back to the last word. The intent of this weapon was always to deal lethal damage up close and in style while shooting from the hip. Right now, the stability and range of this weapon has players reliably getting ranged kills while aiming down sights. So we want to try and push this weapon into more of its intended role. Okay. Changes. Reduce range stat to 10 was 20. Reduce stability to 20 was 30. Reduce effective range while in ADS. They didn't add a percentage so we can see. Increase accuracy and precision damage aim assist scale when firing from the hip. Okay. Interesting. Fixed bugs with hipfire damage bonus applying incorrectly. So basically they fixed the bug where the bonus precision damage that you were supposed to get for shooting from the hip and getting precision kills was actually able to be done by going into ADS and hitting people in the head, making it 10 times easier to get 101 criticals back to back. Oh, here we go, people. Thorn. Thorn has had an interesting journey. It started as a weapon that was perceived as an unworthy award for one of the most contentious exotic bounties in the game, and has slowly dug its way into players' flesh as one of the most popular, annoying, exotics among the Destiny population. And then they showed a graph scale here. Nothing really interesting, we already know that. Changes. Reduce base damage of Thorn's Mark of the Devourer damage over time to roughly 1/3 of what it was in PvP. Now, I'm looking at this. It says roughly 1/3. Unless they're taking 1/3 off of it and making it so that the damage drops from 7 to 5 instead of being just completely 7. It's now all 5. Or if it's going to be 3. Excuse me, 3. If it's going to be 3 the whole time. I don't know. We're going to have to see it in action when the update releases. Next, allow damage over time to stack up to 5 times across multiple landed projectiles. I already don't like that. That sounds even worse than before. But, like I said, if it's going to be 3 ticks per damage over time, then that's not bad. If it's 5, I'm not too sure about that, because 5 times 5 is 25. And, 3 times 5 is 15. Come to think of it, I don't like the sound of any of it. We should just take that off the hand cannon completely. If it was terrible, it was terrible. There's more hand cannons in the game to use. It does not have to be Thorn. Next, this is a net buff for Thorn's damage over time, but reduces the lethality of the weapon in PvP. Don't know yet, Bungie. We have to see it in action. Oh, why is Hawkmoon in here? The elusive nocturnal bird, Hawkmoon, has evaded many players for quite some time. It is one of the hardest weapons in Destiny to acquire. I think Praetorian's Foil has you beat Hawkmoon, which probably makes it sting that much more when you are killed by it. Not really, because I know that the person that killed me had skill. When you get dealt a lucky mag, I remember that when I got that one-shot kill with the 209 critical from both of the holding aces stacking in my Hawkmoon. That was pretty nice. But when you get dealt a lucky mag and the bonus rounds all stack on one bullet, then that bullet will one-hit kill a full health guardian with a precision shot. I know, I've done it. It's great. Especially against the guys who decide they want to use Thorn. Even though this is rare, just knowing it is possible tends to amplify the frustration for Hawkmoon's victims, so we're taking steps to ease their passing. To be fair, I haven't heard anybody whine about Hawkmoon, not nearly as much as I've heard people whine about Thorn. Changes. Add a stack limit to luck in the chamber and holding aces so that only 2 of the bonus perks will ever stack in on one round. This should prevent Hawkmoon from one-hit killing full health players. Adds 2 rounds to Hawkmoon's magazine when holding aces is unlocked. Luck in the chamber damage reduced by 3%. Okay. Icebreaker changes. Increase recharge time for icebreaker rounds to 1 every 8 seconds, was 1 every 5 seconds, so now instead of 5 seconds you receiving a bullet, it will be every 8 seconds you're receiving a bullet. No Land Beyond, increased weapon handling speed for faster time to aim, ready and stow. Adjust sights to fix overlap parallax issue while aimed. Increase time decay of the master to 8 seconds, so now your precision damage bonus will be 8 seconds and adds an additional 20%. Black Hammer, increase ammo inventory to 18 rounds, and White Nail perk now pulls ammo from your inventory. Lord of Wolves, the recovery bonus is tripled, and Gallowhorn, your wolf pack rounds are nerfed. So guys, that's the weapon stats, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.